Hello and welcome to This Explainer on Roald Dahl's fantastic Mr. Fox. You know, this isn't just a children's story. It's got so much wit and it's a tale that's just begging to be told out loud. The characters are so vivid you can practically hear them. So let's just dive right in. You know, the best way to get a feel for this story is to start with this little rhyme the local kids sing. It's kind of chilling, right? It perfectly sets up our villains and tells you everything you need to know about them in just a few lines. They might look totally different, but they share one crucial thing. They are all just mean. So what's this all about? Well, at its heart, it's a story that pits the survival instinct of one very clever fox and his family against the out-of-control greed of three really, really nasty men. It's the ultimate battle of brains versus, well, brutal wealth. Okay, let's meet this charming trio. First up, you've got Bogus. He's a chicken farmer, and he is huge, probably because he eats 3 boiled chickens with dumplings every single day. Then there's Bunce, a pot-bellied dwarf who farms ducks and geese. His specialty, donuts stuffed with mashed-up goose livers. Yeah, gross. And finally, the ringleader, Bean. He's a turkey farmer, thin as a rail, and he lives on nothing but super strong cider and pure spite. And you gotta know, he is by far the cleverest and meanest of them all. And on the other side, our hero. In a nice, cozy hole under a giant tree, you'll find the absolutely brilliant Mr. Fox, his wife, and their 4 little ones. Now, his way of putting food on the table is, let's say, bold. Every night, he just turns to his wife and says, "Well, my darling, what shall it be tonight?" and then pops down to one of those 3 farms for a little shopping. And, you know, the farmers are definitely not oblivious to this. They know exactly who's stealing from them, and they are just seething with rage. I mean, these are guys who hate losing anything. So catching this fox has become their one and only obsession. Okay, so this is where things really escalate. What started out as a simple cat and mouse game or fox and farmer game is about to blow up into a full-scale war, a total siege. And of course, it's the smart one, Bean, who comes up with the first big plan. He tells the others, "Tomorrow night, we hide outside his hole. We wait for him to come out. And then, bang, 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 bang." Simple, but deadly. So that's what they do. They just lie there in the dark. 3 shadowy figures, hiding, shotguns ready, making sure the wind is blowing the right way so the fox won't smell them. And when Mr. Fox carefully pokes his head out, he has absolutely no idea what's waiting for him. He takes a little sniff of the night air, moves out just a tiny bit, and then he sees it. A little glint of moonlight off something metal. A gun. He jumps back, but it's too late. The whole forest just explodes with a sound of gunfire. What happens next is, well, it's a close call. Bean's flashlight cuts through the dark, and there on the ground is this bloody, tattered piece of a fox's tail. So Mr. Fox got away, he's alive, but he's lost his beautiful tail forever. You'd think that would be enough, but no. This failure just makes them even angrier. Their obsession gets deeper. Their tactics get way more brutal. Now they decide they're going to dig him out by hand. And that sound, that scrape, scrape, scrape of their shovels, just echoes down into the foxhole. But here's the thing. The foxes are fast diggers. So when the shovels are too slow, Bean calls in the big guns. 2 massive, brutal-looking tractors roll in. And they don't just dig, they literally eat the entire hill, turning this beautiful woodland into a giant crater, all in a mad dash to catch this one family of foxes. And when even that doesn't work, the farmers make their last crazy move. They surround the whole crater with 108 armed men, guns, sticks, whatever they can find. The place is completely sealed off. There is absolutely no way out for Mr. Fox or any other animal on that hill. So things look pretty bleak, right? They're trapped, starving, seems like all hope is lost. But this is where the whole story flips. Mr. Fox goes from being the hunted to being the mastermind. So for 3 whole days and nights, they have nothing. The kids are getting weak, Mrs. Fox is fading, it's bad. Mr. Fox is just sitting there thinking, trying to figure a way out. And then, all of a sudden, you see this little spark in his eyes. He turns to his wife and says, super quietly, "I've just had a bit of an idea." And his plan is just brilliant. It's so simple. If they can't dig out, they'll dig down. Their tunnel isn't going to be for escape, it's going to be for supplies. And in this moment of pure genius, they tunnel right under the valley and pop up directly inside Boggis's massive chicken house, #1. It worked. But on their way, they bump into Badger, who has some pretty terrible news. Turns out, this whole siege hasn't just trapped the foxes, it's trapped everyone who lives underground. The moles, the rabbits, the weasels, they're all starving because of his fight. And that hits Mr. Fox hard. He realizes this is his mess, and he has to take care of everyone. So his new plan is to feed the whole community by raiding all 3 farms from underneath. But this big idea brings up a pretty tough moral question from his very respectable friend, Badger. I mean, is this okay? Isn't it just stealing?
Mr. Fox's answer here is just so powerful. He basically asks Badger, look around. Would anyone at all let their kids starve to death when there's food right there? He's saying this isn't about being greedy. This is about survival. Boggis, Bunce, and Bean are literally trying to kill them, so this isn't theft. It's taking back life when death is knocking at the door.
And with that settled, the mission is a go. They pull off this amazing series of underground heists. First, Boggis's chickens. Then they tunnel over to Bunce's huge storehouse for ducks, geese, and bacon. And for the grand finale, they hit Bean's secret cellar for his famous strong cider. They've basically built their own private underground supermarket. And that brings us to the fantastic ending, where Mr. Fox's incredible plan doesn't just get them a single meal, but gives them a whole new way to live. The final scene is just this perfect contrast. Down below, they've dug out this giant dining room, and 29 animals, all the foxes, badgers, moles, rabbits, and weasels, are having the feast of a lifetime. And then you look above ground, and there are Boggis, Bunce, and Bean, just sitting in the pouring rain, miserable, still waiting for a fox who's never coming out again. And right in the middle of this huge party, Mr. Fox raises his glass and shares his biggest idea yet. They'll never have to go outside into the dangerous world ever again. He proposes they build an entire secret village underground, with streets and houses all connected by tunnels to the 3 best-stocked stores in the world. They're not just going to survive, they're going to live happily and safely forever. And that's where we leave them, the animals, celebrating their new life, and the farmers, stuck in the rain, prisoners of their own hate. Which kind of brings us back to the big question at the heart of this amazing story, right? What's the real difference between being a hero and being a villain? Between being clever and just being plain nasty? Who at the end of the day is the truly fantastic one here?